Hi everyone. So today I wanted to talk about and decode the movie Beauty and the Beast. So this is one of my all-time favorite movies. I've always loved it. I've always, felt, somewhat like Belle. So she's beautiful, but she's odd. That was me. And I always loved the whole Beast transformation part of the movie. Like, I was always a big fan. Love the music, love everything. But after this most recent trip to Disneyland, and now that I'm looking through Disney movies through a different eye, I wanted to talk about what I feel like is the real meaning of Beauty and the Beast, what it is decoded underneath it all, that we are here to learn from this lesson. So, when we think about the beginning of it, is we have the Beast, and he turned away the witch. He didn't know she was a witch. She was in disguise, and she was testing him, and she cursed him to be a beast physically, instead of beautiful like he was, because he was a beast on the inside, so she made him a beast on the outside. And until he finds true love before before the last petal falls down, he's going to be cursed to be a beast forever. And we are actually kind of at that point right now. You have to make that decision. Do you want to be the beast? Do you want to be the human nature side of yourself and be stuck in that for like the rest of your life? Or do you want to ascend? Do you want to, be the royalty, the ruler, the controller that you are, that you have the ability to be too? Like, you're both. But you have to make a choice. And my interpretation of it all is that it really just comes down to self-love. This is a lesson on self-love. We all have that beast and the beauty inside of each and every one of us. Sometimes, especially in relationships, you get attracted to someone's beauty like on the inside, and then you end up getting their beast. Because people want to be loved by the beast. Like, that's part of the test, is to find someone who can love that beast. So they show you the beast. When you're like, I can't do that, it's too much, then, relationship's over. You feel like the beast can never be loved. You start this whole vicious cycle, of being worse and worse and worse each time. And you have help. Like, he had Lumiere, he had Mrs. Cogsworth, he had Cogsworth, he had Mrs. Potts, he had everyone in that house that was inanimate. But they were there to help him and to conspire, to help him get what he really wanted and to have destiny be met. All of those are the unconscious people around you. They are here to help you to help you get to where you really want to be, though they may not know it themselves. And they're entertaining. You got to enjoy their personalities and their companionship. And they are the ones that sometimes, they'll notice it before others, with there must be something there that wasn't there before song. You'll start hearing it from them. And that's just another way of getting, a message that you're on the right track. But, so when the beast, so he's locks himself in the castle because he's the beast. He's staying that way for now. He can't find love. He can't love himself. Therefore, no one can love him. He's not even going to give it a chance. He's just going to embrace the beast and terrorize everyone in the castle, including the inanimate objects that can now speak. And then on the other side of, the country, you have Belle, who is beautiful, She's being chased by this asshole, but who's also beautiful, who all the other women want, and she's just like not into it. She sees past what everyone else sees. She does not want that. She sees the true beast in his nature, not the beauty that's on the outside. And that she knows better. Though she's beautiful on the outside, she wants beauty on the inside. So she's just sitting there reading her books. She's smart. She's not getting there caught up in the day-to-day drama to everyone else. If she's going to give her energy to drama, it's going to be something magical and wonderful that, teaches a lesson. So, she has to go and sacrifice herself to save her father from the beast. Which, again, I'm not sure if that is just part of the false programming. I'm going to have to explore that part a little bit more, I guess, as I go through the story. But, because I'm not sure about sacrificing yourself to find the person. But I think maybe in paradigms of old, you had to do that, yes. So You know, she sacrifices herself. And what does the beast do? He sees this beautiful girl who's sweet enough and kind enough to sacrifice herself to save her elderly father. He locked her into the tower and makes her a prisoner too. So that's when you have the divine masculine who has imprisoned the divine feminine, you know, and that's pretty much what's been played out for the past couple of generations, couple of centuries. And you have, you know, and it happens internally too. You know, you have a lot of you have masculine energies that are locking away their feminine energies inside. They're not actually adjusting them. They're not willing to accept that they are inside of the castle, like right now as you speak, but she's locked away, so you can't hear her. You can't see her. Like, you can't be influenced. And, you know, it takes the inanimate out just be like, yo, like, let her out, you know, so she gets out, you know, and he's already being somewhat influenced, and, you know, it's happening. So they go through, you know, he's being very, very strict, and he doesn't, you know, you can't go to the West Tower, I think. West, or he said, for this video, we're going to call it the West Tower. You can't go to the West Tower. And, you know, anywhere else you can go. And, you know, I expect you at dinner, and and she's in there just like, I'm going to do what I want. Like, I'm going to say it respectfully. And I'm going to do what I want, you know? So they try to have dinner and stuff, and, you know, things aren't working out, and, you know, she's just not having it, and he's just threatening her, and it's just drama. He's broken her heart. You know, she's hurt his feelings because she's not like, oh, like, he's rich, even though he's ugly on the outside. There's so many layers to this, you guys. It's ridiculous. So, you know, it takes a minute, and it takes some of the outside influences that aren't aware of what they're doing to kind of give them a situation where they can befriend each other. So then they start befriending each other, and, you know, and you have the whole little montage of there's something there that wasn't there before, and it's all cute and whatnot. And, you know, then you have the beautiful ballroom scene where, you know, she's truly fallen in love with the inner beauty that's inside of him. You know, she doesn't care what the outer looks like. You know, he sees the inner beauty in her. He loves her. He wants her love. He actually wants to treat someone nice now because he wasn't doing that before for anyone else. You know, he's found his divine feminine that he wants to treat nice. And the toughest thing that they had to do, you know, at that point was when he gave her that mirror so she could see her father, and she realized that her dad was sick. You know, he needed her, and the beast was like, you know, you're free to go, you know. And that's one of the toughest things for the divine masculine to do, is to truly let go of the control, to let the divine feminine choose her destiny, and to trust that if she is for you, she will come back to you if you did treat her right. If he had continued to treat her like shit, of course, you know, this whole wouldn't have happened. She would have maybe stayed imprisoned. If she had escaped, she certainly wouldn't have gone back out, you know, and eventually at the end of the day, he still would have been rioted by all of the townspeople. But because he got his shit together, and he was able to, you know, love her enough truly to sacrifice his chance of happiness of being human again so that she could be happy, that was what sealed the deal. Like, really, that's what sealed the deal. I feel like even at that point, the curse was already broken. They were just waiting for that last petal. And Destiny had the last petal fall later because they knew that they needed that, like, beast manpower at that time to, like, knock out the town people, the, you know, day-to-day stuff that Belle was living in before. We needed that beast energy. So we needed to stay around for a little bit longer. It's not bad. And that's the thing, too. It's not bad. It's just you got to learn how to love both and embrace both and to control both, to have the ability to choose which side you're going to be at what time. So, long story short, you know, Belle goes and helps her father, and then drama. Townspeople come to kill the beast, you know, and Gaston's all upset because Belle's like, no, like, he's actually cool. And he's like, how is she gonna sit there and say that he's cool and he's a beast, but I was gonna marry this girl and she wasn't having it? So he was like super jealous, very envious, very much so in his ego. Gaston is all ego. It's beautiful. But, you know, he couldn't have that. So he had to go rampage the castle. To try to kill the beast. And, you know, luckily the inanimate objects, you know, who saw the difference in the beast fought back with him. Belle fought, you know, like everyone everything happened the way that it needed to happen. And at the very end, when Gaston was done, you know, when it was the last petal, the time was to fall, the beast was dying. And again, death is something that we always need to embrace. That death card coming up is not a bad thing. It's a transformation card. Like, that's literally what that kind of transformation is about. You know, she's like, I love you. And, you know, he gets that love, and it's like right on time, you know? And at that point, they're balanced. Then he shoots full of light, which if you start learning how to, if you are a light being and you are understanding what that means, you're learning how to work with your own light energies, you know, he is aligned. That was the final piece. Like, that heart chakra right there just went boom, flower bloom. And he transformed back into the, you know, the prince or the king now at this point. And everyone was happily ever after. So that was a lot. I know I probably missed a bunch of parts and pieces in there, but I just had to get it out and I had to get my first decoding video out, because after all of this time in Disneyland, this whole everything has just completely baffled my mind. With all of these facts have been right here in front of our faces the entire time. And as little kids, we knew this stuff and we resonated it. And then we let ourselves program the lessons into ourselves. So that, because we knew we were going to forget. We knew we were going to grow up, forget. But those messages that we did encode, and, you know, and you'll notice too, notice which Disney movies and songs you know by heart. What songs do you know by heart? Which ones did you program into yourself as a child? And go through, you know, find the truth and the light, and because there is truth and light in every story. That's what makes it entertaining. And there's also darkness and trickery. Like, that's what makes it entertaining. So, you know, learn to piece through and figure out which pieces do nothing but speak the truth, because they resonate. They shine bright. You can't miss them if you're learning how to look. You know how to look. You cannot miss all of these messages of truth that are just encoded everywhere around us. Like, there is no reason ever to feel like you are not on track, like you are not getting signs and messages, because they're everywhere. So I'm going to keep on decoding these Disney movies, because I just feel like there's a lot in there that we need to discuss and bring to the light now. And if you have other, you know, opinions, I would love to hear them. Nothing I ever think is set in stone. I am absolutely open to always changing my mind as new information comes to me. Everything that I ever channel or I ever get is just the information that comes to me with the consciousness at that level that I am at that time. So things they always change. I grow, you know, sometimes I go back a little bit, because we can't always fly. But, you know, we go back and forth, and having these things to set yourself as a reminder as you regain that consciousness and you practice it and you get better, like, it's going to be easier each and every time, and you'll learn how to control it. So let me know who your favorite Disney characters are, what your favorite Disney movies, things that maybe you want decoded, you know, things you didn't understand, you thought were so weird in the movie. You're like, why is this? You know, I never understood why this part happened, or why things went like this. It's because it's probably a code. So I will talk to you guys later. Everyone have a fabulous day, and peace. Bye.